Reports are emerging of an audacious new venture. China is embarking on a colossal $50 billion canal project. This new waterway aims to reshape global maritime trade, signaling a major shift in international commerce. The world is watching as details surface about this immense undertaking, which could impact economies and trade partnerships worldwide. More than just a channel, this project is about redirecting the flow of goods and asserting influence. The scale of investment highlights China's ambition to dominate global logistics. Inevitably, comparisons arise with the Panama Canal, a linchpin of maritime trade for over a century. A modern alternative could bring both opportunities and challenges, expanding shipping route choices and altering transit times and costs. This initiative aligns with China's broader Belt and Road strategy, aiming to enhance connectivity and cooperation. A new canal would be a flagship project, showcasing China's economic and engineering prowess. It also intensifies competition over the infrastructure that underpins the global economy, with deep geopolitical implications. Even as details remain scarce, the announcement has sparked global debate. Analysts are weighing the economic benefits for China and its partners, as well as the geopolitical ramifications. Questions loom about the impact on existing trade routes and the nations that rely on them. This project is about more than construction. It's about shaping the future landscape of global trade. The powers behind this canal will help define the contours of international commerce for decades to come. The exact location of China's $50 billion canal remains a closely guarded secret. Feasibility studies are eyeing several strategic regions, likely chosen for their potential to rival existing routes. Central America, with its narrow isthmus, is a prime candidate. But routes favoring China's direct trade lines are also in play. The final site will reveal much about China's geopolitical and economic calculations. The rationale is clear: boost global shipping efficiency, offer shorter or more capacious routes, and reduce transit times and costs. Diversifying trade routes is crucial for China, reducing reliance on existing choke points and strengthening supply chain resilience. The canal is envisioned to handle the world's largest cargo vessels, surpassing the limitations of older waterways. This project is a bold statement of China's technological and financial might, reinforcing its Belt and Road ambitions. By financing and constructing such vital infrastructure, China gains leverage in global commerce, setting standards, tariffs, and protocols. Ultimately, the canal aims to rebalance maritime power, introducing new competition and positioning China at the heart of global trade governance. It's not just about moving ships, it's about projecting power and reshaping global economic interdependence. The Panama Canal stands as a testament to human ingenuity and ambition. Since 1914, it has been a vital artery for global trade, dramatically shortening sea voyages between the Atlantic and Pacific. Its impact was immediate, reshaping shipping routes, boosting commerce, and saving weeks of travel. The canal's operation, with its complex system of locks and artificial lakes, remains an engineering marvel. Upgrades like the 2016 expansion for Neo-Panamax ships have kept it competitive in an era of ever larger vessels. The canal's strategic and economic value has made it a focal point of international interest and, at times, tension. Originally under U.S. control, sovereignty transferred to Panama in 1999, with treaties guaranteeing its neutrality. This neutrality is vital for global trade stability, ensuring open access in peace and war. The canal handles a significant portion of world trade, and any disruption can ripple across global supply chains and commodity prices. Its legacy is one of innovation, economic growth, and enduring geopolitical significance. The Panama Canal's story is a reminder of how infrastructure can shape the world. Now a new challenger is on the horizon. China's proposed canal is set to challenge the Panama Canal's dominance head-on. Designed for the latest megaships, it could handle vessels too large for Panama's locks, offering economies of scale and lower shipping costs. Depending on its location, the new canal might offer shorter, more direct routes for key trade lanes, especially between Asia, the Americas, and Europe. Even small reductions in transit time can mean huge savings for the shipping industry, potentially diverting significant traffic from Panama. Competition could also come in the form of lower transit fees and more efficient passage, pressuring the Panama Canal to innovate. China may integrate the canal with its vast Belt and Road logistics network, offering seamless global connectivity. Beyond economics, the canal represents a geopolitical shift, introducing a new center of power in maritime affairs. The existence of a viable alternative reduces the strategic leverage of any single canal operator. This could reshape control over critical global choke points and alter naval strategies. The new canal is more than a trade route, it's a strategic game-changer. The world's shipping lanes may never be the same. The United States is watching China's canal initiative with growing concern. For Washington, Central America's waterways are vital to national security and economic interests. The Panama Canal, historically linked to the U.S., is central to this calculus. A Chinese-funded canal in the region would be seen as a direct challenge to U.S. influence. Secretary of State Marco Rubio's recent warnings about Chinese control over the Panama Canal highlight these anxieties. The prospect of a new canal amplifies fears of restricted access or preferential treatment for Chinese shipping. For Panama, the stakes are equally high. The canal is a cornerstone of its economy. A major competitor could siphon off traffic, threatening national revenue and jobs. Panamanian leaders already face pressure from both the U.S. and China over port operations and Belt and Road projects. A new canal would intensify these diplomatic challenges, forcing Panama to balance sovereignty with economic survival. The government may need to upgrade the Panama Canal, adjust tolls, or seek new partnerships to stay competitive. The emergence of a rival canal will shape Panamanian policy for years to come. Despite its grand vision, China's canal project faces daunting challenges. Geopolitical tensions are inevitable, with the U.S. and allies likely to resist any expansion of Chinese influence. Diplomatic pressure on host nations could stall or derail the project. Environmental concerns loom large. Carving a new waterway means deforestation, habitat loss, and ecological disruption. Gaining approvals and mitigating impacts will be complex and costly, with intense international scrutiny. Economic viability is uncertain. A $50 billion investment demands high shipping volumes and reliable revenue. If global trade patterns shift or Panama responds competitively, the canal could struggle financially. Engineering challenges are immense. Excavation, lock construction, and supporting infrastructure require world-class expertise. Unforeseen problems, labor issues, or cost overruns could threaten completion. Overcoming these obstacles will test China's construction prowess to the limit. The Panama Canal's creation offers cautionary lessons for any new Grand Canal. The French failed due to disease, engineering woes, and financial mismanagement. The U.S. succeeded, driven by strategic ambition and political maneuvering, but at a tremendous human cost. Thousands of workers, mostly from the Caribbean, died building the canal. The project revolutionized shipping and cemented U.S. global power, but also sparked long-term debates over sovereignty. Control eventually passed to Panama, highlighting the complex legacies of such mega-projects. Any new canal must navigate not just engineering but politics, economics, and human impact. History shows that the benefits of such projects come with enduring challenges. China's canal plan is a bold move on the global geopolitical chessboard. As part of the Belt and Road initiative, it would become a critical node in a vast network of trade routes. Control over a new canal would enhance China's economic power and supply chain security. This project could shift power dynamics, challenging Western influence over key maritime choke points. A Chinese-influenced waterway introduces a multipolar maritime environment, with new competition and potential for both cooperation and friction. Host nations would likely deepen ties with China, altering regional balances of power. Other countries would need to adapt strategies, weighing cost, speed, and security of new routes. The canal could become a focal point for diplomatic and strategic maneuvering. Control over such a waterway offers significant advantages in both commerce and security. The world's defense analysts will be watching closely as the project unfolds. China's canal project signals a turning point for global shipping. If built, it could spark fierce competition among major maritime routes, challenging the Panama Canal's dominance. Lower transit costs could benefit consumers, but overcapacity is a risk if trade growth lags. The canal's fate depends on its location, engineering, tolls, and the geopolitical climate. Environmental management and international acceptance will be crucial for its success. The reactions of major powers, especially the U.S. and the host nation's diplomacy, will shape the canal's destiny. This project touches the arteries of global commerce, with the power to redraw trade maps and shift economic influence. It could foster new connectivity for some while posing challenges for others. Whether it becomes a triumph or a source of friction remains to be seen. One thing is certain, the future of global trade is about to be rewritten. As the world watches with bated breath, the future of this ambitious canal project remains shrouded in both promise and uncertainty. Investors and shipping magnates eye the possibilities: new trade hubs, streamlined supply chains, and the revitalization of entire economies along its route. Yet, the path forward is anything but straightforward. Technological advancements could play a pivotal role in the canal's realization, with innovations in construction, environmental safeguards, and digital navigation systems setting new benchmarks for global infrastructure. International cooperation will be indispensable as stakeholders navigate complex treaties, regional sensitivities, and the quest for sustainable development. The canal's long-term prospects hinge on more than engineering prowess. Its ability to adapt to shifting trade patterns, climate imperatives, and evolving political alliances will decide its legacy. If executed with vision and care, it could become a beacon of modern connectivity, uniting continents and fostering prosperity. But if mismanaged, it risks becoming a cautionary tale of overreach and missed opportunity. Ultimately, the story of this new waterway is still being written. Its fate will be determined not just by blueprints and budgets, but by the collective will to embrace change, balance interests, and forge a shared future across oceans. Yet, beneath the tide of anticipation, a deeper current flows, one that raises profound questions about the environmental impact of carving a new canal through fragile landscapes. Conservationists voice concern over the fate of local wildlife, the disruption of migratory routes, and the potential for invasive species to traverse new aquatic corridors. The delicate balance of regional ecosystems hangs in the balance, with even minor changes threatening to ripple outward in unforeseen ways. Communities along the proposed route brace for transformation. While improved infrastructure may bring economic opportunity, it also brings the risk of pollution, altered water tables, and the loss of traditional livelihoods. Environmental groups have called for rigorous assessments, transparent oversight, and the implementation of cutting-edge mitigation strategies to minimize harm. Globally, the project sparks intense debate. Some nations champion the canal as a vital artery for commerce and development, while others warn of its carbon footprint and the precedent it sets for future megaprojects. International bodies urge a holistic approach, advocating for climate resilience and biodiversity protection as integral pillars of progress. Ultimately, the world's reaction is a mirror, reflecting our collective priorities and values. Will humanity rise to the challenge, forging a path that harmonizes prosperity with preservation? Or will short-term gains overshadow the enduring health of our planet? As the blueprint for this waterway unfolds, so too does the opportunity to redefine what it means to build for the future, sustainably, responsibly, and with a reverence for the natural world that sustains us all. As the dust settles on the fervent debates and environmental assessments, the true significance of this new waterway comes into sharper focus. Beyond its engineering marvels and ecological dilemmas, the canal stands poised as a linchpin in the evolving story of global trade. For shipping giants and emerging economies alike, the promise of faster transit, reduced costs, and fresh commercial routes could redraw the world's economic map. Yet, it is not just about goods moving swiftly from port to port. The canal's legacy may well be measured in how it reshapes alliances, stimulates regional development, and influences the balance of power among trading nations. With increased connectivity, previously isolated markets might find new lifelines, while established hubs could face unprecedented competition. But even as the world anticipates these shifts, uncertainty lingers. Will the canal deliver on its lofty promises, or will unforeseen challenges and geopolitical tensions undermine its potential? Much depends on the choices made today, by policymakers, industry leaders, and communities on the front line. In the end, the canal is more than a passage between oceans. It is a testament to humanity's drive to connect, adapt, and thrive. The ripples set in motion here will be felt for generations to come, shaping the destiny of global commerce and the very fabric of international cooperation. As the world stands on the brink of a new maritime epic, the story of this canal is far from finished. Its concrete channels and steel locks are merely the prologue to a future still being written. In the decades to come, the canal's influence may well transcend trade and geopolitics, ushering in innovations in technology, sustainability, and international relations. Imagine a world where artificial intelligence orchestrates fleets of autonomous ships, gliding seamlessly through the canal's waters, optimizing routes for both efficiency and minimal environmental impact. Envision smart ports bustling with activity, powered by renewable energy, and linked by digital networks that monitor, predict, and adapt to global supply chain fluctuations in real time. Yet the canal's reach could extend even further. By fostering cross-continental collaboration, it might pave the way for new regional partnerships, cultural exchanges, and shared research initiatives aimed at protecting our oceans. The canal could become a living laboratory, where breakthroughs in water management, biodiversity conservation, and green logistics set new standards for the world. Of course, these possibilities hinge on the choices we make as a global community. Will we seize the opportunity to build a more connected, equitable, and sustainable future? Or will we allow old rivalries and short-term interests to dictate the canal's legacy? One thing is certain: the new waterway challenges us to think bigger, act wiser, and dream beyond the horizon. Its story is now interwoven with ours, a shared journey towards a world where barriers give way to bridges and the currents of progress flow freely for all.